Hey guys, Dominic from Genuine Reels, and I decided to do something different from my other videos. This is a new segment called Show My Junk, and before you shut off the video, I am not going to show my penis. As you can see, I have a little Star Wars hat on. I got my Kylo Ren shirt on, so it's going to be Star Wars related, and what this segment is basically going to be is me showing off all the shit, the junk, the bullshit I've accumulated over the years. It could be, DVDs, it could be books, it could be just memorabilia, autographs, any kind of collection, toys. I have a lot of shit, like a lot of you, and I figured I'm going to do these episodes every so often and just kind of show mine. So, now the whole Star Wars thing, because Rogue One is coming out in next couple of weeks on DVD, I'll surely be picking it up, but I thought it would be nice to make a video basically talking about and showing all the times I bought Star Wars, the original trilogy, the prequels, and of course The Force Awakens. So bear with me as I go through this. I'm going to try to do it somewhat in chronological order. Also, this is going to be more of a loose video, so if a phone rings or something, I'll try to snip it out. But, alright, let's get started. So to give a little backstory, I got into Star Wars. I'm 28. I got into Star Wars when I was about, I don't know, I want to say it was in like the 3rd grade, so whatever the age that was, in 1997 when they started doing the re-releases, the special editions. Now, I told my mother, I saw the commercials and I got interested, and I was like, hey, I want to go see Star Wars, Mom. She basically said, okay, we're going to go to the video store because I'm not taking you to the movies, which obviously makes sense because I wouldn't take my idiot son to go see new movies that had added footage in. Fuck that. So my first exposure to Star Wars were on videotape, renting them from Palmer Video. How I miss you. If you're not from Staten Island, New York, you don't know anything about that place. But renting them from there and experience them one by one. So the first exposure I got was the original trilogy, Unaltered, which is great. I'm glad that my mother took me to the video store and not to the movies. But the first copies of Star Wars I bought, I'm going to give a little backstory on each, was the special editions, and I got this box set off QVC back in the day. I remember seeing it. They had a big Star Wars hour where they were selling a bunch of shit. And this was an upcoming release, the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition. This was something that I was very excited to get. It's gold. It has a nice little embossed here. This is cool. Listen, I've been doing this for years. You know what? Buying junk, obviously. But DVDs, Blu-rays, it all started with VHS. So this is the Star Wars, the first Star Wars movies I bought was the original Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition. Now take a look. It slides out like so. And then you got them there. I'm going to try to be quick with this, but Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars. This is when Star Wars was still called Star Wars. Everybody remembers that, before the prequels and all that fun stuff. So I can't close this. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But let's just show you the cover art real quick. Of course, great classic cover art. Special edition. And there's the back side. You got Han Solo. You got the Jabba the Hutt thing right there. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Empire Strikes Back. I actually have these posters by the great Drew Struzan, the special edition posters. And yeah, Return of the Jedi. So the cool thing about these tapes is they have a little couple of interviews with the cast and crew. George Lucas, Mark Hamill, everybody, Carrie Fisher. And, then the movie starts, and they're basically a little teaser. But that's the first edition of Star Wars, so it farts when it closes. I will never forget this. It farts when it closes, because when I was younger, I used to get a kick out of that. But Star Wars Special Edition, the first box I ever bought. So, let's move along now. Now, as the years went on, the prequels came out. And I don't remember, I think I saw Episode 1 in theater. No, I did see Episode 1 in theaters. I was old enough, yeah. So I saw Episode 1 in theaters finally. I remember everybody was talking about it. I never loved this film, but I'm not going to get into that. There's my VHS copy. Even at a young age, I've never loved this film. Star Wars, so good. Okay, so then Episode 2, obviously. Episode 2. So this is the order that I bought Star Wars in. Now, Then, finally, I don't know the year, I want to say it was like 2006. Just we all remember when the big announcement came that Star Wars was going to be released on DVD. I think at this point, the prequels might have already been on DVD 1 and 2. This was around the time that Episode 3 came out, which Episode 3 never was released on VHS, if I have that correct. I'm pretty sure, so I never bought that on VHS. So here we go. Let the rebuying begin. The Star Wars Trilogy, the original trilogy. There was a full screen edition version of this, and there was a widescreen edition version of this. The full screen was gold. I'm stuttering. I'm sorry, and it was similar in color, obviously, to the VHS. But this was, oh man, when this came out, I got this day one. Yet again, embossed, a nice box set. At this point, they of course started. Sorry, the lighting is very bright. 4, 5, 6. Of course, they already started calling this, there's Darth Vader on the other side, you know, Episode 4, 5, 6, and they dropped the Star Wars thing, but we'll get back to that in a minute when I show you an older release that I picked up. But yeah, this was Episode 4, new artwork. These are bare bones releases, each disc, but yeah, I'm not going to go into the artwork because you probably, a lot of you have this, but cool, Empire Strikes Back, Lando. Right, Return of the Jedi, cool new artwork. And it was artwork that was similar, of course, to the prequel artwork on the DVDs. And here we go, this was the second time I bought these movies. And then you got the bonus material disc, which still, the documentary on here, Empire of Dreams, I'm sorry, let me say it right, was never released again, like in future releases, even in the Blu-ray box sets and stuff. So, you know, it's something to hold on to, and a documentary I really like. Alright, this one doesn't fart, I don't think. No, they fixed that problem. Future. Alright, so now we get into, you know, now at this point I had kind of grown up a bit, and I said, like, I don't really want to buy the prequels. So for a long time I did not buy the prequels on DVD. Then finally, one day, I got in the mood to watch them, and I picked up this. So this was me rebuying the prequels. I think at this point, I might have maybe gotten a copy of Episode 3. I don't remember how, because I liked Episode 3 when it came out. So honestly, I might have did some illegal things and gotten a copy of it, because I don't have a loan copy of it. I just have this box set, which was basically slim cases, as you can see, which are a little annoying, but it's 3, 2, and 1. We're definitely not going to show these off too much, and they're slim. And just one little thing though, I noticed, like, I don't know if anybody else has this problem. In Episode 3, there's Disc 1, and then there's the Story of Star Wars, which is like a mislabeled thing because it doesn't say Disc 2. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. Whatever. Old release. So, that was the second time I bought the prequels. Oh, I hate my life. Alright. So now we're going to go into something that I did. And what I did was I bought them on DVD again. The original 3. And the reason was because they, of course, for Star Wars fans, we all know, they released the original trilogy unaltered on DVD. And here, let me give you a quick little side note. I have a lot of DVDs. I have like over 1,000, I don't know, DVDs and Blu-rays, just, I don't know what the hell the count is anymore, but I have a lot. I condensed a lot of them. So editions that really weren't too special, wasn't a steelbook or a special slipcover or something I really cherished, I put in a binder, a big massive binder that holds a lot of discs. So what I'm going to show you now, because these discs are in a binder, I have, if you notice with the other DVD box, that I have the original cuts in there with those. So those are in a binder. But here are the editions I bought. The limited edition Star Wars Unaltered. Now they had new artwork that was basically inspired from the original posters, as you can see back there. I'm sorry with this lighting. This lighting's very bright. So all the artwork, there's the artwork. This is what, the third time I bought the original trilogy? Yeah, hate my life. Then Empire, of course. And this basically came with the cut that was on that other DVD box set, and then the original cut. So 2 discs, nothing really new as far as special features. Really no special features, honestly. But the problem with these releases, and there's Return of the Jedi, was that George Lucas was kind of a dick, and he didn't make these remastered. He didn't do anything special to them. He basically just released them as is and said, you're getting, you're going to just get the basic cuts that look like VHS copies, so I don't care. All right, so now moving along. All right, Blu-ray. Okay, Blu-ray. Blu-ray I put off for a long time. There's a beautiful box set of, 1 to 6, as a lot of you know, and I put it off for a long time. Put it off so long, in fact, that I never actually bought that version. What I did instead, and I haven't told this to a lot of people, but I was putting it off, and then eventually these movies came on digital HD. So you could buy them through Vudu. I'm going to admit in this video that I have a problem. My name is Dominic. I have a problem, especially when it comes to Star Wars. I bought the digital HD Saga. And the reason I bought it was because it was on sale. And I just said, instead of having this, I could have them portable. So I'm not going to explain myself. I already established that I hate myself. I bought these 6 films. And I bought the digital. They came with special features. They're on my Vudu. Obviously, I can't show you that right now. But they have exclusive special features on there, whatever. I talked myself into it. I said, hey, I didn't buy the Blu-rays ever. And they're eventually going to release another set of the Unaltereds, which still hasn't come. But whatever, bought those 2. So that's what? 1, 2, I'm not even counting anymore. It's just depressing. So anyway, now, later on, these cool steelbooks came out. So guess what I did? I bought the Star Wars series yet again. That's right, 6 steelbooks. I bought them, bare bones, pathetic. I'm just going to show you them real quick. Star Wars, an Empire, right? A New Hope, an Empire right there. And as you can see, they're in plastic, which I have to thank, and there's Return of the Jedi. I have to thank my friend George, who gave me these plastics, because he's an obsessive Blu-ray collector. And he's also got a YouTube page. You can check him out on Talk Movies With Us. I'll put a link below. You can check it out. The Phantom Menace. He does a lot of Blu-ray stuff. Attack of the Clones. And Revenge of the Sith. Alright, and I got the cardboard sleeves because I'm obsessive. So this, I bought them yet again. Now, as a Star Wars fan, we're weak. We're weak people, and that's the thing. Like, no matter what they put out, we're going to buy it. There's only a few other movies I did that with, I think Star Wars for me was the #1 repurchased movie for me. I also did it with like the original Halloween. I bought that a bunch of times, the whole series basically, because I love those movies, and every time an edition comes out I just buy them again. And I've done it with some other horror movies here and there, but I don't even want to get into that. So let's continue with Star Wars. Now, of course, The Force Awakens. Finally we get to The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens. I liked it. What did I do? I had to get the Steelbook, because at this point I had all the other Steelbooks. So I bought this Best Buy exclusive, right? Nice exclusive. Also, those ones got good back art. I'm not going to show you that on that. I'm just trying to show you the collection. And then I had to get the Target edition as well, because I'm a miserable person, and it just made me all warm and cozy. I don't know what to say, guys. Now, Rogue One's coming out. I'm going to show you one more thing in a second, but Rogue One is coming out, and I already pre-ordered the Steelbook. I just did it, literally. I don't want to buy any other editions. There's also, The Force Awakens has that new deluxe edition. I didn't buy that. I used my willpower. I said, I'm not buying it. Really, there was only deleted scenes, a couple more documentaries. I did not buy it. Thank God I had the willpower. I still may buy it at some point. But yeah, that's, Force Awakens had that, so Rogue One's probably going to have that too. So I'm like, I like the slipcover on the new Blu-ray coming out, but I'm really going to try not to buy it and just keep the one Steelbook, because I know eventually I'm going to buy another one anyway. But anyway, the last thing I wanted to show you was, yet again, another copy of the Trilogy, and this is kind of like a little prized possession. I bought this at a flea market. I want to say it was a little bit before The Force Awakens came out. Now, as I said earlier, I first watched Star Wars on VHS copies from a video store in my hometown, and I found that box set at a flea market for like next to nothing. And it's cool because when this was released, it was like, this is the last time you're going to get the original ones. So if you take a look, there's like a written note on the back from like George Lucas saying like, this is the final time, and that was back in the day, you know. But that's how strongly he felt. This was released just before I think the prequels came out and stuff. But these are the editions that I rented from that video store, because I remember that was back in the day when this was an independent video store where they'd actually give you the case like wrapped in plastic. So these are prized possessions for me, because these, look at that, Star Wars, yet again, just called Star Wars, digitally remastered. Got Ben Kenobi on the back, and these are the original. Look at that, just look at that. That's the first copy of Star Wars I ever watched, and I just kept repeating it when I rented it, and repeating it. Empire in particular, oh my god, because I remember this is really nerdy, but I remember when I first rented this movie, Carrie Fisher, I don't know if I showed you the back, I like had it on my shelf. Like I was basically watching it all day after getting out of school, and then like I just had it like next to me on the shelf, because I was like, oh man, I love this movie. And then Return of the Jedi, the classic Yoda face. I always wanted to see these covers in a DVD reissue because I really like them. And these are immaculate. I don't know if you can tell, but like for VHSs, especially purchased at a flea market, these are in really good condition. And the box and everything. But yeah, guys, that is my Star Wars video, DVD, Blu-ray, fuck my life collection. You know, it's not as crazy as I'm sure other people. Other people probably have laser discs and stuff. I had somewhat, I guess I had self-control. But yeah, that's the whole series. That's my first jump into the segment, Show My Junk, of course. And I'll be doing a lot more of these. Just not really focusing particularly on Blu-rays, but there will be, if it's something that I really love, like a certain collection, I will show it off just because, hey, I want to show it. But it's going to be a lot of other stuff too, specifically like toys and collectibles, because I have some cool shit that I think, there's going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff too, because I have plenty of that. And yeah, so that's my Star Wars collection, guys. How big is your Star Wars collection? Is it as depressing as mine? Let me know in the comments below. Check out the other videos. If this is the first time you're checking out a Genuine Reels video, I do comedy sketches, I do movie reviews, I do some other news segments here and there. So check it out. It's me, my girlfriend, my brother, my friends. Yeah. And that's basically it, guys. So thank you for watching. If you want to check out more videos, if you like what you see, subscribe, and see you later.